Very few men can continue to generate controversy after controversy from the grave, but the infamous Jeffrey Epstein will continue to disturb the American zeitgeist in perpetuity, it seems. Over the weekend, the Wall Street Journal reported more details on Creepo Epstein's MO, namely sexual blackmail. In this case reported by the WSJ, Epstein figured out that Microsoft brainiac Bill Gates had an alleged affair with a 20-something Russian bridge player named Mila Antonova, who bonded with the bespectacled Microsoft founder over their shared love of bridge, the card game. Still, it's unclear about how Epstein found out about the dalliance between Gates and his little bridge baby. What is known is that after Gates started canoodling with the young woman, he also declined to contribute to Epstein's multi-billion-dollar charity fund, which was a bad idea for Bill Gates, but maybe a good idea for the world, because now we know that Epstein retaliated by paying for the woman to attend a coding boot camp, or college, basically. Mila, the Russian bridge player, also told the Wall Street Journal that she had no idea who Epstein was at the time and just thought he was a really nice, genuine billionaire that wanted to help her out. We don't believe a lick of it. But the licks that were taken and given, it's all very clear now what Epstein's entire game was. And what else is known is that in 2013, Anatova wanted to start an online business to teach people how to play bridge. She ended up being introduced to Epstein through one of Gates' top advisors, Boris Nikolic, to seek funding for her bridge site. She presented her proposals at his house, but he didn't end up investing. That's Epstein's house, where all the weird stuff is, And instead, a year later, she briefly stayed in a New York City apartment that Epstein provided, but she said she didn't ever interact with him or anyone else while she was there. Impossible to prove, and, maybe more impossible to believe. Failing to secure the funding she needed for her bridge teaching site, Anatova decided to become a software developer and asked several people to lend her money. And surprise, surprise, Epstein agreed to pay for her school directly. Anatova claims nothing was exchanged for the money. And if I were a mutant horse that God struck into this earth as a damn soul, I'd help you kill yourself. While trying to set up his multi-billion-dollar charity through J.P. Morgan Chase, Epstein represented himself in typo-written emails as a close advisor to Gates, but Gates wasn't copied on the emails. The fund never took off, but Epstein was still hot to handle Gates' money. A few years later, Epstein emailed an invoice to Gates for Anatova's coding school tutelage, asking to be reimbursed. A not-so-subtle way of Epstein telling Gates, "Your ass is mine." A spokesperson for Gates said he didn't pay anything regarding that invoice. But strangely, just days before his death, Epstein named longtime Gates advisor Nikolic as the executor of Epstein's will, even though Nikolic declined to carry out the role. Nikolic said it was retaliatory to name him as an executor, to get back at Gates for some unexplained grievance by naming one of Gates's top advisors, Nikolic, as an executor to his will in Epstein's final days, before he either hanged himself, or he didn't kill himself, or that mutant crazy guy in his jail cell broke him over his knee.